Hey, what's up, you guys? We have Josh Lee here for his Constellar deck profile for you guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? So this is my Constellars. This is my first round of testing, I guess, before the next regional that I'm going to go to. So starting off, we play three Constellar Pollux. He's exactly the same as Evil Swarm Caster. He can't be Veilered. And let's say he gets Bottomless, you still get the effect to get another normal summon. So he's really good. You need to play three of him. And then you need to play three Constellar Cows. He manipulates the levels. He can do this up to twice per turn. And he really makes Pleiades really alive, so you need to play three of him as well. And then I play three Algae. Algae is kind of the marauding captain, so to speak. When he's normal summoned, special, level 4 lower Constellar. And so it's really good just with if you go Pollux, Algae, and then like Sombre or Caos, and you can just spam the field, and it gets under maxi really, and you can still put a lot of monsters on board. And then of course play three Sombre. He's Evil Swarm Kirkion, same wording exactly, and he's probably one of the best top decks in the deck, just because he's a one card Pleiades, one card Tyrus, one card Volcasaurus, or any rank 5 for that matter. And then play the one Bear, just for extra pressure, and it helps me get my tankies a lot faster if I don't open up with it. And then I play two Max C. In my original first draft of this deck, these were Vanity's Emptinesses, and I just through testing against dragons, this was a much better option than the Vanity's Emptiness, because Emptiness kind of locked me out of my other set back row that I had set that turn, and I couldn't use it. So I felt I could draw into my Sombres, my Chaoses, my Polluxes with Maxi, whereas Emptiness, it would just lock them out, and it would kind of stun me a little bit. So I just felt Maxi is the better option in this deck, at least. And then I play the one Honest because it's you play all light monsters, so you got to play Honest. And I play the one Veiler because it's just extra effect negation, and it's just another hand trap that I like to play. And then one Thunder King. Really good against prophecies, pretty good against dragons. So gotta play one Thunder King. And then this is a tech card of mine, Cyber Dragon. Simply because if you have Chaos, Cyber Dragon, if you have Chaos plus a Cyber Dragon, LGD, Pollux, or Sombre, it's an instant Pleiades basically. So this is just a quick way to get Pleiades, and a 2100 beater that can special summon themselves pretty good. So and you can Chimera attack with them against the Draco Sack. So just more added pressure. And then for the spells, I play three Upstart Goblin because you got to dig to the pieces as fast as you can. I don't like Pod Duality simply for the fact that I can't make Pleiades that turn where it does the exact same thing, and they can't Wrath panel me. So I feel Upstart is the better draw card against Duality. So I play three Upstart. Then the two Tenki, obviously, just because you got to search Bear and you got to search Chaos. So Tenki's is a must. Then play two MST, just for more back row hate and getting rid of cards like Skill Drain and Royal Decree is really crucial, because you do kind of play. The Constellars are kind of a control deck, so you gotta get rid of the cards that stop your traps. And then you play one Book. Book's really good. It's probably the most versatile card in the deck. So I like Book, and I play Rhoda to search Pollux. Darkhole, obviously, just blow up the field. And Constellar Star Cradle. This is a card I saw a guy play at the last region I went to, and man, it's a really good card. So for those of you who don't know what it does, you target two Constellar monsters in your graveyard, and you add them to your hand. You can't, and then that turn you can't conduct your battle phase. But if it's in time and you need to put a monster on board to stop your opponent from attacking you. You play Star Cradle, you can go Sombre and Chaos or Pollux and Chaos or whatever, and you can make a Pleiades and you can just bounce cards back. So it buys you time basically. So this is probably one of the better cards to help you restabilize in the game. And then this is another tech of mine, Swords of Revealing Light. This is just kind of funny. It's kind of a troll card, but abusing this with Pleiades is kind of funny. I was playing one of my friends. He was playing windups, and I just had this and Pleiades, and he couldn't do anything. He couldn't attack me. So, and this again helps stall for to generate advantage for later in the game state, and it draws the MSTs away from your traps. So I'm liking Swords so far. I might up it to 2. And then for the traps, I play 2 Fiendish Chain because it's really abusable with Pleiades. Just like most of the back row that I play is really abusable with Pleiades. So gotta play 2 Fiendish Chain. You can play 3 if you want to, but I prefer 2. Then 2 Mirror Force just to punish bad players. Self-explanatory. Then I play 1 Warning, 1 Bottomless, 1 Torrential, 1 Compulse, and 1 Call of the Haunted. I like 1 Call of the Haunted because it usually stays on the field dead. So I'll call back Sombre, bring back Chaos, make a Pleiades, bounce the call again, set it, and just rinse and repeat. So that's the main deck. It's 40 cards exactly. And we'll go to the extra deck now. Play 1 M7. Really good. If you have a dead used up Pleiades, just overlay for M7, recycle back Sombre or Chaos or whatever, or bounce a card on your opponent's side of the field. So M7 is really good. Sad, you can see why I got limited to 1. I play Thunder Charger just to overlay your 5s and 6s. Then Tyrus and Volcasaurus. Volcasaurus is just OTK. Tyrus is just probably one of the better 5s, generic rank 5s right now. So you got to play him. And he's a light. And then I play 3 Pleiades. You will be making him most of the time because he functions as he's a compulse with legs, so that can compulse back row. So in the deck, I'm running 5 MSTs, so to speak. And Pleiades he's just too good, so you got to max out on him. Then play Shark Fortress. My friend Matt suggested to play this just because he showed me an OTK with it, and so Shark Fortress is just nuts. So you got to play him. Then I play 2 Constellar Omega. He's Forbidden Lance with a 2400 body, and it's a quick effect. So he's really good, and he's probably, if you can't make a Pleiades, this is probably what you usually go into and set some back row and say go. So, and then play 1 Constellar Crispy. I call him the Bumblebee because he looks like Bumblebee, and he can pump any Constellar monster up by 1,000 during the damage step. So if you need to get over that pesky redox or whatever, just make him and beat over stuff. So gotta play Crispy. Play Starliege, probably Dynamo. He's one of the better rank 4s because he can get over most monsters, and if he's destroyed by battle or by card effect, he draws a card. You draw a card, so he's really good. And then I play Maystroke, standard Dweller for the Water and Dragon matchup because there's still decks. And then finally Cowboy for game. Again, self-explanatory. Now on to my side deck. Granted, this side deck isn't at full potential yet, but these are just some of the options that I think are like the best options right now if you were to play Constellars. So if you're not already playing maining 3 maxi, you can just side extra copies. I side the extra one. So Consecrated Light, I might bump this up to 2 because Blackbeans are still a deck and Evil Swarm are still a deck, but like they're not as prevalent as they're like dragons or spellbooks or for that matter. So I'm only playing 1 copy right now, but Consecrated Light is really good against those 2 decks. So. And then I play 1 DD Crow. This is what I would bump this up to 2 because it does hit a lot of decks. It hits dragons, it hits spellbooks. It kind of hurts water. So I would play multiple copies of Crow if I had the room. And I play next I play 2 Zombie World. You know, like Dragons and Prophecy, they both have field spells, and Zombie World, if you have this, you know, it really wrecks them because they can't fate you, they can't, you know, banish you can't banish from the graveyard for Dragons, so, or it slows them down, at least in Dragons, but yeah, so Zombie World is primarily for spellbooks, but you can also set them against Dragons too, so I'm going to try those out. And deck Lockdown, again, just for spellbooks, really abusable with Pleiades, so deck Lockdown is nuts. And then for Dragons, you cite all the hate, 3 Iron Wall. Everybody knows what this card does. You can bounce it back for Pleiades if you need to get a Sombre play off, set it again. So Iron Walls are good. 2 Minecraft for water and the Blackwing matchup, and you know, anything else that really does a lot of heavy searches. So Minecraft is good. And I play 2 Dust Tornado. I decided these 2 over the 3rd MST simply because it allows me to set extra back row, and you know, people don't really necessarily expect it right away. So Dust Tornado, I'm trying out over the 3rd MST. Goes in again just for Dragons and other just hodgepodge decks that use multiple attributes. And then finally 1 Soul Drain for water and Dragons. So that's my Constellar deck. Feel free to comment with any suggestions. That would be much appreciated.
Thanks for watching, guys. As always, please like and subscribe for more.